the whole YouTube thing work, bro? Like I've never actually watched someone go live on YouTube, so this is
Really?
I guess it's a second for me because the first for me would be the last time we went live on YouTube.
So yeah, I mean, it will give you, if you're a follower, I'm pretty sure it gives you a notification letting you know that you're live. So that's good.
Right.
And then it's kind of like anything. I mean, it's like anything else, like Instagram, YouTube, whatever. But the cool thing about YouTube is in real time, you can put the comments on the screen as we come in, and you can, we're using Restream, and there's a lot of cool capabilities with Restream too. So I feel like I'm not making much sense right now, but we're doing it's fine. This is the
Just
internet.
small talk. Just small talk.
Yeah. So hey, everyone out there, while you're listening to the gibberish of us, basically, if you've been living under the rock for the past week, we've been doing a pre-sale on the Spidey Venom kicks, first of its kind. Let's pull up that gorgeous photo again. Boom, there they are. Epic. So we've been going live. We're going for about 7 days tomorrow. The pre-sales up. They are $250 up until then, and they'll go up to $300 at that after that moment. Let's get another angle. The Venom ones are just insane. We are going to explain everything you need to know about these shoes in about a hot second. And we might have a special guest later on. But currently with me right now, as I am not on my A game, but he will be. My buddy Nick, aka Shoe Baker Atlanta. You guys know him. You guys love him. And how you doing, my friend?
What's going on, bro? I'm smooth, bro. I'm smooth. It's a good night.
Yeah. I don't even know what day it is. I came back from the West Coast, and
It's Thursday. It feels like a Friday, but it's Thursday.
Yeah, I'm still on. I think I'm still on West Coast time, so it would make me at like 5 o'clock. But yeah, it is. I was at San Diego Comic-Con last weekend. That was.
What was your like? Yeah, how was it, bro? Because I don't think you actually like told me what was your favorite part? What made you laugh? What made you?
Dude, I would say hanging out with my buddy Yassine. Let's pull up some photos there. So we're gonna talk about the shoes, but let's throw in what's a good photo of Yassine. We were everywhere. It was great. So that's Yassine. You guys know him. You've seen that guy. One of my partners in crime. He is an anime genius. And so that, if you don't know, that's one of the installations at San Diego Comic-Con. It's a new anime film coming out called Sandland, and it is. You can actually. So this is gonna drive you bonkers. This is cool. You can play. They're playing video games in there in that tank.
Oh, but it's sick. That's fire, bro.
It's crazy, right? So I mean, it was just. It's cool. The people walking around. I mean, just the experience itself. CJ will probably join us later on. He got us tickets to the Hellfire Gala, which is essentially an X-Men kind of cosplay 60th anniversary event. It was pretty insane.
Starting at that cotton candy from.
Yeah, it was nuts. So that was a blast. Just a good time, good people. And we got to experience some special moments. The cosplay was crazy. It is. So bringing it back to this conversation, though, I will say it is probably the biggest merchandise convention I've ever seen. And we were talking about this when I came back. I want to say there was upwards of 100 vendors for custom figures and hats and shirts and you name it, on and on and on. I will say this, though. I didn't see one good vendor for custom fandom kicks like this. So
like no one there like at all, which is surprising to me. They're like Comic-Con has been around for a while. So no one there has been like selling like shoes that align with the themes and like concepts of like
no, not at all. I mean, the only thing I saw, and again, I'm sure I missed some, right? Like I'm not going to pretend like I was looking at everyone's shoe and I saw it 100%, right? Like there's no way.
Well, go back to that picture of Spider-Man and what was it, Gwen?
Yeah. So look at their feet. So this is outside of. So no shoes. I think these are like tennis shoes. Let me take the QR code off so you can see. Yeah, these are like, dude, those are like tennis shoes, like the white ones on silk.
Hey, bro, I even know, bro. Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't think those are slip resistant, bro. I don't think like they're not even up to code when it comes to like being a vintage.
No, I don't know how he's fighting crime with those on, but yeah, it was
imagine coming home after crime fighting and your socks are dirty, bro. like think about that. Like that would suck, bro. It's like no protection, bro. You lose a fight because somebody steps on your toe.
That's awesome. You stub a toe and you get like turf toe and stuff. I would say the pair that I saw the most, I probably saw like a half dozen. I'm sure there was like lots in there. Was the Spideyverse ones. But those again, those are Nike. Those are, you know, these are, first of all, they're high tops, but second of all, they are Nike. They're not, they got a little bit of the Spider-Verse. They're cool. Like they're really, really cool. I have a pair myself, but I didn't see anything like this. And like I said, I've said it before, and you know, I'll say it again. I think we're ahead of the curve when doing something like this because I just haven't seen anything like it. And so let's dive into it, right? What we have before CJ joins. Let's dive into everything. Tell us about the shoe. Tell us like how it's made, how it's put together. Like dive into it, and I will support in like the story behind it. But tell us, you know, how these are put together, how these made, because these are done of silhouette that you've done in the past, and they're really comfortable and very obviously very customizable.
Yeah. Not bad, bro. I just put gum in my mouth and it's delicious.
Oh, take your time.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. So this is like the Baker Low. So actually, I have a few pair back here, not of the Spidey Venoms, but
yeah, we don't have those yet.
Yeah, we don't have them in yet. Where is? Oh, there it is. All right. So that's the Baker Low. All right. This is like the first one we actually dropped.
I have those.
Like, it was like a random colorway.
The jellies, right?
Yep, exactly, the jellies. And so what I like about this one though is that like we want to pretty much just like update the actual shoe, give it a little bit more flair, and even then like there's still tweaks happening to it. And so here's a better version. We call this the Baker Low 2.0. So you actually see it says Spidey Venom.
Those are cool.
L 2.0. It has a strap around it. It's actually more sturdy, higher quality material. The cool thing about the Spidey Venom, and we spoke about this before, is that like it's not like a matching pair.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
It's not a matching pair. Which, if I could be honest, bro, I was opposed. Like I wasn't like the biggest fan of like two different shoes. I wasn't the biggest fan. Okay. And I think what kind of changed my mind. I want to say it was the Jordan 5s, bro. It's that. Is it the Jordan 5s? It has the.
The what, the Dunks?
Is it? No, it's not Dunks.
Or what the? I mean, so for those who don't know, there's a franchise. I mean, we're kind of blending right now, so I'm trying to figure out who I'm talking to. But we have the fandom community, we have the sneaker community in here. For those who don't know, if you're from the fandom community and you're not a big sneakerhead, there's a franchise called the What The. So it can be What the Dunks, What the Jordans, like, and they're mismatched. And in the past,
it's a franchise.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch out there,
bro. I didn't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they have a What the Air Force Ones. They have the What the Jordans. They have the What the. They're coming out with a wait. There's one coming out. Hold on, fairly soon. Oh, it's the Clot. You know Clot, right? The Clot's like a collaborator, kind of like Off-White or Union or whatever.
Yeah.
So Clot, CLOT, is coming out with, when is that? I'm looking up now in real time. They're coming out with an anniversary shoe, and I think it's going to be a special What the Clot Dunks. Of course, I can't find them now. I think
looking it up now.
I saw them on Goat. Here we go. So these, yeah. So this is a Clot What the, and I know this is not the best photo.
Well, for me, a question popped up is like, what causes you to clot, and what are signs of a clot? So I don't think I got to.
So if you can see these, so that's the shoes that are coming out, and they're clearly mismatched. But that's a pair. That's and that's a What the. So
and so we're tapping into that concept essentially. right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, which is, I think the beauty of shoes like that is that, like, it's not necessarily like meant to match. I think that, like, if you wear mismatched shoes, you can literally just like kind of just throw the whole fit off, and people are just like, you know what, I get it. It's art at that point.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. I also think our concept that, you know, in the future we're going with as well kind of incorporates that, right? So for those that were not involved or not on, you know, since we announced, and then since we, you know, recently went live last week to talk, you know, to announce the drop and everything like that, like there's going to be expansion. So what you get, all right, so yeah, pre-orders are going on now. They've been going on since July 21st. Now they're $250. You get one Spidey shoe and one Venom shoe, right? So they match, but they don't match, right? Because they match if you're a fan and you understand they match, right? This is the Spidey universe. Now, what's going to happen and what we're planning to do is eventually to expand this. So you will have, you know, whether it's a Doc Ock, a Green Goblin, Miles, Gwen, and then it's going to be, not only will it kind of match, the goal is going to be to, you're going to be able to mix and match however you want, if that makes sense. So for people out there like, oh, you know, am I stuck with this? No, if you want to go out with a Venom and a Carnage down the road, that hopefully will be the idea. If you want to go out with a Venom and a Green Goblin, or you want to do a Spider-Man and a, you know, there's gonna be a lot of different options, and it's really gonna be like for the fandom space to show off, you know, whatever they are, whatever you're into, whatever your fandom is. Now, we definitely have plans to explore into, I don't know if you want to show off some of the other ones. We have plans to,
we're gonna call these what the bats.
We can call them what the bats, the Jokers,
bro.
and
we
Batman.
Tap into it. We got to come up with our own, like, what the bats.
That's awesome.
So it would be similar to that, where, like, rather than it being Batman and Joker, it would be Venom, Venom and Spider-Man. Bro, if we do this, like, bro, imagine like a Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah,
a Poison Ivy, a Riddler would go hard, bro. It'd be amazing to do a Riddler, bro. So yeah, we plan on expanding.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be cool. And again, just like whatever you're into and whatever you want to be into. I mean, it reminds me of so many things. I'm wearing a Roosevelt shirt, and people out there might know Roosevelts. They have a ton of different kinds. So this is like a Loki shirt, just fun, goofy, and you see them at conventions everywhere. You know, again, I mentioned at San Diego there was, oh, we got a guest.
Sweet.
Let's bring him on. Here we go. I think we're getting a little feedback.
Uh-oh.
Bring him down. Can you hear us, buddy?
Yeah, I'm in the building.
There we go.
Putting those AirPods in, bro. I mean, you about to start dropping gems.
So this is kind of cool because I don't know if CJ knows too much about the shoe drop. We haven't really talked too much about it. So these are is worlds colliding right now, which is great.
You guys left me in the dark, and then I see these sneakers being dropping, and I'm like, what sneakers? Like, oh, okay. See, you guys are playing dirty. Like, okay.
we wanted it to be a surprise, bro. We wanted like a candid reaction. So.
Well, surprised. Yeah,
surprised. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, the black and the Venom joints. I think my son might want those. I'm trying to see what's really good. I think those Venom joints is crazy.
Now, okay. Now this is great. This is great because like you.
This is good. Yeah. So we get to explain it like in real time, and it's not like an inanimate screen, which we've been doing up to this point. So this is great. I'm gonna let Nick take it over for a little bit.
All right, so I want your like natural reaction. Okay, so what if I were to tell you that like it's not, you can't buy just a Venom shoe, or just like a Spider-Man shoe. You're getting a Spider-Man shoe and a Venom shoe. Now you're only going to be getting the left shoe of Venom. So if you want that right shoe of Venom, you got to wait for the right. You got to wait for the pair to drop that has the right Venom, bro.
That sounds a little for Sneakerhead. I'm from Harlem, so. For Sneakerhead, we got a match. You know what I'm saying? Like Harlem got a match. So you kind of messing me up with that one there, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
Like, I'm kind of tight.
If you got a match, I mean, you got to wait for the next drop, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like you automatically playing with my emotions. I don't appreciate that.
Well, it's funny because we were at Comic-Con, and we're gonna talk about that in a second. And I was showing a little teaser to Nick. And the whole short box team got shoes already. So the pre-sale's been live for about a week. Let's leave up the QR code while we talk about that. But they all got shoes, and literally that's exactly what someone said. They're like, so wait, you're giving us kind of like a taste, and there's going to be more shoes to drop. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, you kind of know what you're doing, don't you? I'm like, yeah, that's the whole point. Get you guys hooked. And
it's
then
a form of manipulation. Yeah.
It's definitely manipulation. It's like, I just have to put that sneaker up on the wall and just wait. Maybe I'll get the right foot. Like McDowell was like, one day I'm going to start, instead of flipping fries, I'm going to start flipping patties. And then after that, I'll be the one putting cheese on the bun.
No, but it's good that you brought up putting it on the wall. So there's the idea, right? And it's blending, and it's fairly new, and we're blending two cultures right now. So there's Sneakerheads and there's Fandom space. And I feel like we both kind of fit into those, which is cool, because we all kind of like can kind of be on the same page with that. Right. The idea is that people can either collect or they can wear. And so the box is going to be kind of like a Funko box, to where
that's dope.
Where you can see the shoe through the box. Down the road, when we really pick things up, we'll have the whole collection on the back of what you can expect to come. So for this one, we're dropping the Spidey Venom left and right. The next drop, we're anticipating adding either like a Green Goblin or a Doc Ock or like a Carnage or like a Miles or like a Gwen. And then the whole goal will be you can mix and match whichever characters you want at any given time. If you're going to wear them and have them and enjoy them, or if you want to just collect them and stack them like Funkos, cool, you can do that too. So I mean, it's kind of I like the
idea. I like the idea more as I'm hearing about it, but then now I'm even more concerned about design and which characters are getting, like Spider-Man. Like, that's fire right there.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it's cool that I'm only getting one side of the sneaker. I'm a wearer. I wear. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You don't want one Spidey, one Venom.
No, I want the Venom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want the Venom. I want that. You know what I mean? So now that I want that, I feel a kind of way that I'm not getting both. So what I want to know is,
we might have to expand it to have, down the road, maybe the next drop is going to be just a Venom or just a Spidey. I don't know. We'll have to kind of see.
I kind of like what I'm hearing, bro, because like, even though he mad, he still want that Venom, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing shoe. I mean,
so when we drop that right shoe,
I can't wait the cool thing about it is the Venom.
The teeth are raised, which is really, really cool. And it's insane. Dope. And then it's got the off-white style laces on the outside, which gets me excited for stuff like Doc Ock, because those can clearly be his tentacles, like easily.
So is this really like a Spider-Man in his Rogues Gallery thing, or is this kind of like the episode in She-Hulk where there was the room full of all of those different characters, and we're imagining, like, I don't even know why I'm saying his name, but like Bishop has a shoe, and Firestorm has a shoe, you know what I mean? Like, how deep is this actually going, or is it just in one character's world?
Oh, we're gonna go into other fandoms and such.
Yeah.
We're definitely going into other fandoms. Like, that's the plan. I mean, there you go. Let me move this QR code down.
Joker.
So we got the Joker Batman world. We were talking about for next year. Well, we have to be careful with what we say with the strike going on. We were talking about a certain movie that's going to be a kind of a buddy cop film, and potentially in May, maybe doing a Wolverine Medpool kind of matchup. So yeah, I mean, again, we have to be careful. I don't want to do any kind of things there. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be an expansion into I'm trying to do my best, like to toe the line there and be whatever. But yeah, I just caught myself midway. Yeah, so I mean,
sounds amazing.
But there's nothing to say that we can't in the future do matching shoes. I think.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
You know, and then kind of supply that extra shoe. I mean, it's kind of cool. Oh, and you're not. Oh, wait, C doesn't know this either. Wait, he's getting filled in on all this stuff. Wait, so there's a golden ticket. So all right. Yes, so this first drop is going to be 50 pairs, right? And we've kind of cleared about 40% of that thus far.
Oh, so first drop is on this before I miss.
First drop is 40 pairs, right?
Yeah.
One of the pairs in there is going to get a golden ticket. And if you get that golden ticket, you're going to have your pair, right? But you're also going to get, we are going to New York Comic Con in October because obviously the turnaround time for these shoes is about 2 months. So it's perfect. Mm-hmm. And what we're going to do is hang out with our buddy because we got the tickets already and get the Spidey one signed by Shameik Moore for that winner. And they're going to get, they're not getting these shoes. It's just an example of what he does with the quote. And then you get the Spider-Man logo. It's pretty awesome. They're going to get this shoe. I wanted
those too. I couldn't get it.
They're going to get this shoe, which you're not too excited about that one as much as the Venom, but they're going to get this shoe signed by him. So you're going to get an extra shoe to put on display and truly cross over to those two worlds, you know, having the shoes you can wear and then a stock shoe that you can just put up on the shelf. And
wait, so I mean, I can order my size, right?
Oh yeah. They're
so I mean, I'm just you know, I'm an older kind of guy, you know what I mean? So it isn't that I don't like the red, white, and blue. It's just, you know, it's just a matter of taste. I think it's like,
and the black
you know, the black and white with the Venom eyes. I mean, the web. Oh my God! Like, come on! Like, it's aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I feel real. I feel like I'm in the way. Oh my God! Like, yeah, I'm really all about those Venoms. Like, those are hard. Yeah, man.
So,
I think
you got to see a little bit of Nick's past work. So Nick's been doing this, and it's insane. And I don't know why some of these things are gone. I had some photos uploaded and videos as well, because Yassine made an absolutely insane video. But this is a pair of Doom shoes he's made in the past.
Oh my God.
I mean,
my God, those are like MF Dooms too. So I'm a hip hop child, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm really of the culture. That was my guy. Like, oh wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna start taking some screenshots.
Yeah.
Right now, you guys keep talking. Show him some other stuff. I'm gonna take some screenshots and pull it up. I think I lost some of my stock.
Says show him some stuff I have here.
Yeah, just so like to show up. I mean, you've got so much product sitting there. That's pretty, you know, great dope.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man.
Sorry.
I don't think.
Huh?
I was just saying, nice to meet you, man. Like, I don't know if we met. We didn't meet in Chicago, right?
No,
he wasn't there. He wanted to come, but he had other stuff going on. So New York Comic Con is going to be a long time coming.
Yo, don't tell me those are shockers. Don't tell me those are shockers.
No,
these are no, that would be sick, bro. No, these are good guys. Chucky, we're gonna drop around Halloween.
Yeah, those are you're very talented, B. I swore those were shockers from the quilt.
That would be cool. I mean, that's another one too. That's an obscure character, but for some people. But that would be another cool one too to dive into. And it's kind of cool that we are. Those are insane.
Yeah. Talented, man. That's crazy. Man, we might have to get a in the name of comics pair out this guy. It's sick.
I just like watermelon, bro. So he's like a little watermelon.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Harlem, man. Like, that's I rock with the watermelon, bro. That's hard. That's what I'm talking about.
So I'm pulling up some more pairs that he's made in the past.
Okay, screen.
We got those. We got some Batmans. And then this is just a nice little this is
got him. Yeah, so, man.
It is it's cool. It's a journey, and I actually love the fact that we're like getting your feedback in real time, which is kind of cool. And like you never see people do that, which is great.
Yeah, man. Historically, I was definitely one of the first sneaker pimps online in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? I really was. I was, that Bape era and stuff like that. One of my friends is Noah Callahan Bever from Complex Magazine. So we were, it was really that era, like that time frame. You know what I mean? I'm from Harlem. I'm one of those guys that was like one of those trendsetters. I was one of those kids that was wearing the hockey jerseys before anybody. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Awesome. Like I'm talking about 1989. You know what I'm saying? 1988 in the club with Mike Tyson, Red Alert, and Puff. You know what I mean? He had this club called Red Zone. So we would go, I think it was every Tuesday. It was Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday. And then we would just be in there with the stars, and we were the young kids. So they were all watching what we would dress, and then they would dress their artists the way we dressed. So Jodeci got dressed after me and my crew. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
That's how it went on. So like you're talking to like one of the Harlem hip hop influencers of that era. Like it's weird. Like, and I didn't tell you this before. I'm like, but you guys are surprising me. Like, the game pause. Like when people say something, now it's not right. Like now it's like it's
if you say something sus, people say pause.
You say something sus in the sense of it's what's the word? It's escaping me right now. So back in the days, I started this game called Pause. I was 16 years old. 16 years old. Me and my best friend, we were at the spot in Harlem, and Run DMC's song Pause was just about to come out. But we were at a party for my 16th birthday, and the DJ had the test pressing of the record. So we're in there and the test, and he plays it 3 times. I'm having the time of my life. The first time that I'm enjoying certain things happening. You know what I mean? My friends making sure that I'm having as much fun as possible. We were playing different games at that time because my family was very, very keen on mental awareness. So like we would play a game called Strawberry, where if you said something with the letter S, you have to say strawberry first so you could get hit. And then we play this other game called Gimme Mine, where if you said something stupid, you could get like everything from the elbow to the hand, from the back of the neck, and it's like like you get rug burn, right? So these things were kind of violent, especially with my family. And one of my family that everybody knows that was part of this was Shaka Zulu. I love you, Shaka. Everything. I'm praying for you. Everything's good. He's now that's my god brother. He's manager for Ludacris. So Shaka can attest to all of this stuff, but we don't make a big deal out of it, except now Mason, all of these guys from Harlem say pause. So the thing was that if you said something stupid, it would be Gimme Mine. From that day, after the party, I said something stupid, and my friend was like, "Oh, Gimme Mine." But we were so high off of Run DMC Pause, I said, "Pause." And we busted out laughing, and that became our thing. And we're talking about 1989. We were a part of the Riverside Church community. We had our own thing. So we were kind of influential. We came up under Dougie Fresh. So when I say hip hop, I'm serious. Like, I'm one of those hip hop influencers, the way we dress, all of that. We've been doing that. I'm an Apollo kid. I was backstage every day. No matter what was going on at the Apollo, we were backstage. Wow. So when I see those sneakers and I think about what you guys are doing and how it's different and it could set that trend, I think you're onto something. I think the designs are going to be very, very, very critical to how far you go. So you like you're on to something that could really, really blow up. Like,
you
know what I'm saying? So, I'm here for it. I'm definitely gonna get those Venoms. And
we'll have to make a special pair of just the Venoms for you, man. Like no Spidey.
I feel that. I mean, see,
that would be
that's
sweet,
clout.
bro.
That's clout right there. That's clout.
You're gonna have the only pair. I remember when I got the jellies that you were showing, some of the classic Baker Lows. I remember Nick saying you have the only pair in New York. Like that was the only pair. So you're gonna have the only pair of matching Venom shoes.
Yo,
probably anywhere.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, for a while, yeah.
I welcome that blessing. Yeah, I don't. Are you guys gonna have high tops or is it just gonna be the mids? Those are mids, right?
Yeah, those are low tops. Yeah, so I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been designing the high top, but we haven't like necessarily had the prototype made yet.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm definitely good with those. But if you get the high tops too, it probably be even crazier because I'm just imagining you got you can do more. You have more territory to play with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely when you get the Kangs, that's the ones I really.
Oh, dude! I mean, the ideas never stop. Like it's just.
I need the Kangs and I need the Namors, and I'm good.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh my! We could have the Namors with like the little wings on the side. I mean, clearly, like that would be. I mean, that's the cool thing about it. I mean, I think. With Funkos, why they got so crazy is that like you have one, you got to get the next one and the next one and the next one. And it just goes on and on and on. And I think the same thing with shoes. Like for people that know sneakerheads, I was saying, I don't know if me and Nick were talking about this or someone, the classic saying like one to rock, one to stock, like, people that really are into sneakers will buy two pairs. So that way, one they can just beat up and wear and enjoy, and the other one they can keep because sometimes they go up in value over time. And so I think there's a lot of overlap. And we were saying this for a while. I think it's something that's ahead of the curve. And, I want to show some photos from Comic-Con because we got to talk about that. But like I was saying, like there was almost nobody with custom fandom or cosplay shoes that I saw. Again, I'm sure I missed some. The only ones I saw, and I was telling Nick before you joined, was these. Over and over and over again, people had those on, and that's great. And I have my pair. I love them. I think they're great. I'm actually gonna get my pair signed by Shamik at NYCC.
I wanted those, man. Damn,
they're great, but I haven't seen anything that's really. I mean, these are Nikes. They have a little bit of detail. The first pair, I have the first ones too, and they're cool, but there's nothing distinguishing. Actually, they're down here. So like the original OG origin stories, these are just a pair of Chicago's. I mean, in the dark, the dots light up and stuff, and they're dope. But I mean, I still have the StockX tag on them for like so long. But they're great and they're amazing shoes, but it's not something you're gonna wear to a convention and you're gonna wear if you're doing cosplay. Like, you could.
Well,
if you're cosplay, I can see it. Like, you know what I mean? If you got the miles on, you gotta have those, especially because they had them in the movie now.
Yeah,
I think that's dope though.
We were joking around. So this is outside of San Diego, and I think these are just like a pair of trainers, and then Spidey's just got on the slippers, and I'm like, we were like, if he stubs his toe, he's like, time out. I need a time out.
Yeah, so I mean, it's tiptoeing across hot pavement with those on, bro.
Yeah. So should we dive into Comic-Con a little bit?
I mean, do whatever you want to do. I want I want my I want that dump. I've been like sitting here.
I'm getting you more. I got you. I'm getting you more. I'm gonna have to just create a folder. So for those who don't know, CJ is a good friend of ours, and I was telling Nick before you joined, got us tickets to Hellfire Gala, which was insane.
I'm
So now
so
what
happy
exactly is
that.
that? What is Hellfire Gala? Like, what is that?
So D23, the Disney, fan club, they created an event which basically was catered to cosplay, and it's the Hellfire Gala is the. Are you into X-Men? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know about the Hellfire Gala. They basically recreated it in a club.
Oh, that's
During
sick, bro.
yeah,
I'm trying
and
to get like some really good pictures.
You could buy a ticket, and then you were able to go there dressed up. You had was it the purple carpet, like Krakoa. You could take pictures. You got the 3D pictures. You be with other cosplayers. I don't know what else they did. I've been waiting for Mike to tell me what it actually was.
So let me break it down. So I will say this. It's funny because, and I for some, I was trying to pull up the videos that I have from there and they would not upload. So that's why you're getting screenshots, which is sad. But I'll have to, you have some of those. I'm going to send you the rest. I'm going to send you everything I got.
There
Essentially,
were some great looking characters, bro.
The cosplay was second to none, right? Like, and I can pull up some stuff. I posted some stuff. I'll take some screenshots and post it. But here's how it went down. I mean, it was really good. It was insane. We pulled up there. It was from 8 to 11, right? So 8 to 11 was the party. We pulled up around like 8:30, and I did not think we were getting in. And so here's the thing that's the difference between the line was like 200 people deep. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah,
what was the capacity?
No, it was in a gigantic space. And that's what I'll describe. I mean, it was, and I'll try to be not rambly like usual, but we pulled up, there was 200 people in there. The one thing I will say is different about whether it's, I don't know if it's San Diego or if it's Comic-Con. I'm leaning towards it's probably Comic-Con. We went to a couple different events that the line looked crazy. And unlike New York clubs or LA clubs or whatever, they didn't hold people outside. They welcomed people, especially the Hellfire Gala. It was moving lightning speed.
Yeah.
And I was, because I did clubs in college and stuff. And I remember how annoying, hold the door, keep it looking busy, whatever. This is not the case. It was not about being cool. It was about being with your friends, enjoying the thing. And it was 15 minutes in line for 200 people, which is, if you've been to clubs in Atlanta, New York, LA,
that's
so
hours.
So I don't want to mess up his story, but so when buying the tickets, so I'm a Marvel fanatic, right? So I saw the tickets and I was like, oh, I gotta buy these tickets. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to go, but I knew I had to have a part of it, right? So I bought 2 tickets. When I found out about it, they had already sold out of what they called the golden tickets, which is the expedited ticket. So that's the ticket that you buy and you what he was talking about, like you could be 200 of you, but you guys got expedited in. And then there was the next ticket, which was just the gold ticket. So the gold expedited, and then it was the gold ticket. I was able to buy 2 tickets of those. I wanted to do a giveaway, but we couldn't figure it out. And Mike was going, so it was like, give it away to Mike, right? But the idea was always when you read it, when they tried to sell it to you, was that it was in an inclusive situation and that it was always going to be about the actual the community. It was about, that's what it was about from the beginning. That's what sold me. It was like, this is about everybody coming together and being inclusive. And I believed them, so I'm glad to hear that that's exactly what
and they really did it. And they really came through. I mean, I can't say enough. I'm sorry. I'm adjusting screenshots so we can upload it and then post them in real time so people can see them.
Yeah, I was hoping that, which I was giving you time.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm dropping them off to my computer, and then it's just crazy. But
I want to see.
I'm doing it right now. It was. How do we do it? Wait, man. All right, here we go. I'm doing it all at once. Hold on. It was fantastically ran. I am in shock with how well it was run and put together.
So how was security? Was security dressed up like they were Cocoans or anything, or was it like?
Yeah. I mean, there was a little bit. There was the carpet went in there. Obviously, we didn't hang out like in the front too much. And I'm like trying to share these right now. I'm trying to drop in my computer. Security was nice, and I think the guy who was one of the guys who was running it was there and was welcoming people. I mean, it really felt like a welcoming environment, like one that I was, like I said, I was thrown off by it. Like, really was. We got there and I'm like, oh, we're not getting in. This sucks. We're gonna have to text CJ and let him know that like we can't get in. We're gonna be in line for 2 hours. But they could not have been more welcoming. People in line were, and I'm going to show you some photos from the line. Basically, people in line were about as, I mean, everyone was just enjoying each other's outfits. It really was a beautiful thing. Like, you don't see this all the time.
Right.
You really don't. It's convention life is like no other. Like, you know, it's like anything else. There's going to be issues and you'll see problems and stuff like that. And especially the bigger cons, but it really was kind of a, you know, I kind of wished we had cosplayed because it looked like a master blast.
Clothes, bro?
Huh?
You went in plain clothes?
Yeah.
Bro,
it was last minute though. It was last. I mean,
okay,
you know,
all right.
You know,
I'm seeing people with helmets and stuff, and you got street clothes on. It's just like,
yeah.
So I'm pulling up some of the outfits.
Yeah,
I got worked out all year just for this moment.
That guy is beautiful. So this is all in line. This is all in line.
Fire. I didn't see that.
Yeah, these are all. I mean, I was on it. Like the second that we were in line, I actually was like doing this. I was doing this above and beyond because I'm like, this is all we're gonna get CJ because we're not gonna get in. So I was like, let me get a ton of photos and videos, and then we got in. So here's like kind of like the entrance way. Not too exciting. It's more, I guess it looked more exciting on my phone, but here was like the entrance where you get into, and then people were coming out in just random attire, and it was just a blast. And so,
yo, I really thought that was Ryan the way security ran up behind him, yo.
How crazy is that, dude?
Yeah, that's
so. What did they? So what do you do? Like.
So yes, let me get into that. So we got in, and they give you kind of like a lanyard.
I'm so excited. I can't even. You don't even understand. I got goosebumps.
Let me pull up some of the stuff. Hold on.
I really am excited. I'm X-Men from the beginning. Like, so. Oh my God! I wish I could have gone.
The collection in the back, bro. I'm trying to figure out whose setup is better, yours or Mike's.
So you came in. So this actually helps out a little bit. So you came in. They give you like a lanyard with like there was a gift.
You got the. Okay.
So they give you like a little lanyard, and then on the back, these are all the rooms that were in there. So when I say like this was a huge venue.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that's.
So the venue was you walk in, and it was almost like going to a billionaire's palace. Like it didn't stop. Like it really was the Hellfire Club. You walked in there, you got in. And then there was the first room. And the first room was, I mean, it was like kind of palm trees and beautiful. And like everyone's dancing and having a good time. And like, we're like, oh, this is so cool. There's this walkway. And you go in the walkway and you walk through. And I'm sure you've seen videos on Instagram or on social media. There was like a steam kind of waterfall. And as you walk through that steam waterfall. I didn't get a chance.
Man, I've been working so much. I
have them somewhere. These are all things I'll pull up and share and give, and you know, we'll have it like with
what I actual waterfall inside the club.
Like steam. It wasn't real waterfall. It was like steam coming down. Wow. You go through and then it opens up into the ballroom. So as you get through the steam, you see that. And it's literally like 1,000 square foot ballroom. With probably like 1,000 people in it. It was nuts. Everyone's in costume. Behind me is all like the you know, the VIP booths, like of people just sitting there. There was an entire, and this is where this amazing lady was dancing as Storm. And so like you had all these like things that I think the entire X-Men were in one of the booths. Like, and so that's the second room. It's not done. So you had the opening room, you had the ballroom, and then you had the lair. So I think Green Lagoon was the first one, right? So Green Lagoon. Then you had the ballroom, and then Lair X was where everyone kind of kept going and going and going. You went down there, And in Layer X, it was a smaller area, but they had all these installations that were cool. So they had a 360 cam for all the cosplayers.
Okay, I did see that.
Spinning, and it was making a little video for you in your costume. They had like little grab bags of like, pins and cool stuff that they gave out. And then they had, what else was in there? Oh, there was like a step and repeat. So for all the costumes. So that was like, it just was.
You see how he kind of just like glided over their pins, Hellfire, the initial inaugural Hellfire Gala pin was probably going to be worth like $1,000 in like a year or two or something like that.
I have it somewhere. Where do I have it? I have it somewhere. I hope
yeah,
he lost
it. No. It's somewhere.
I would hold on to that. All of that stuff was going to be worth a lot because that was the first one they ever did, and that sounds dope. Oh my god!
So it was great. It was absolutely amazing, and again, the cosplay was something special. And it was just really cool, and you could see everyone was having a blast, everyone was having fun, and another thing. Okay, so like not only did they let us in, and it was smooth and easy. You walked in, and I wish I took a photo of this. Again, like after a while, you kind of like you can't live on your phone, but it said phones and video are permitted. So, sometimes it says like not permitted. There was a sign telling you that, yes, take photos, take video.
Yeah.
It's okay. We want you to share it, enjoy it. And that I remember walking by and that struck me too. I was like, oh, that's cool. They're because I was worried that people were going to get mad because I'm like going up to people. Like there was a kingpin. Hold on. I got to show the kingpin. There was a kingpin there and he kind of gave me a look and I'm like, is this guy going to like kill me? Because he easily could. And he was dead on with, the Hawkeye kingpin, like dead on, like it wasn't even funny. Hold on, let me take a screenshot.
They didn't want cameras and GoPro and stuff like that, but they were very clear. They're like, if you can bring your phones. We want you guys to take pictures and stuff like that. So I was pretty clear. Like I didn't want them to try to take anything more than their phones because I didn't want them to get like not allowed in. You know what I'm saying? But,
that would have been awful.
That would have been terrible. I was so scared that, something was going to go wrong. But then I just kind of left it up. Like I just like they're fine. They these guys are professionals. They know they're professional con artists.
Well, I'm uploading 3 more. I can't stop myself. I'm uploading 3 more. Meanwhile, I'm going to leave the QR code up here so that way people can see the pre-order while we're talking about this.
So my question did you see a good Mr. Sinister? Did you see a good Mr. Sinister?
Okay, so I want to see. I got to go through my footage because I'm sure I scanned over one, but that's a tough character, man. That is a really tough character.
But for the Hellfire Gala at this point in time, with what Sins of Sinister and everything, I'm like, was somebody brave enough to do at least one version of him at some point that was out of control?
There was a lot of Wolverine, a lot of Deadpool, which had to be really hot in the mask, but a lot of Wolverine, a lot of Deadpool, a lot of Magneto.
Wow.
We got the Sebastian Shaw Magneto from X-Men First Class. We got the full maroon suit with the helmet. So like it was clearly a Sebastian Shaw. Now here's the guy, and I also love that. This is Derek, our managing editor, is like he is the biggest Wolverine fan ever. So I want to put that out there. So if anyone, you guys all know Derek. He loves Wolverine. Let's put that photo up again. By the way, he hates Wolverine, by the way. So let's put that photo up again. Man, that is a good looking Wolverine. That's Logan at his finest.
Yeah, that's definitely a good Wolverine. You know what my favorite?
I'm gonna do some push-ups after this.
I had 2 favorites though. there was one of a young lady that
was
the
Kingpin.
As Emma Frost.
Bro, I thought that was hilarious.
Him, bro.
Looks just like him, right? And he caught me. We locked eyes, and I'm like, all right, this is how it all ends. I guess this is where I get. This is where I get. I mean, the guy was every bit the Kingpin. And here's that spinning platform I was telling you about. So you sat there and that X-Men wheel spun and it made a whole like GIF of you in 360. And here's the stairway to Layer X. So you keep talking, I'll keep looking for more as we talk.
No. There was a young lady that was dressed as Emma Frost that I thought she had the hairdo and everything. She looked amazing. And my favorite was the guy dressed as Emperor Doom. He had, because it was right off of the cover, like it was one of those.
Saw that.
It was like he literally dressed like the Hellfire variant. I can't remember what comic it is. I have it, but I can't remember right now. But he dressed like Hellfire, like Doom at the Hellfire Gala. The first, it was and for somebody to think to do that was what I was looking for. It was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like right out the comic books. Like he did it. Yeah, I'm excited, bro. I got some
more good ones. I love how I'm doing this in real time. Thank you, Restream. You guys are the best platform ever. I got some more good ones. Hold on.
Shout out Restream.
Yeah, you guys, the UI of what you guys do in your platform it's just so much fun. All right, so let's see. Do we want any more, or are we kind of? Let me say. I'm just going through and making sure they're good ones. Yeah, just a wild event. Wild event.
And then, so did you stay to the end, or did you guys break out early?
Probably like, I want to say we left at like 10:30 because, we were like, all right, we're not in costume. Oh, here's the I found the waterfall thing.
Right.
Hold on. So yeah, this was okay. Cool. Now we're gonna have some more glorious photos, and then I'll call it a day. Six more coming on.
I'll take it. I've literally been like waiting to live vicariously through you guys with this. It's I mean, just because it's like, the X-Men 60th anniversary. They had a nice Q&A with Chris Claremont and all of that stuff a little bit earlier in the year, and then getting to see him, talk to him about stuff at C2E2, and
he's going to be there this weekend me and the wife are going to Terrific Con this weekend just to.
Oh, you're going? Nice.
Yeah, it's just such a relaxed con, and so I it's in Connecticut. For those who don't know, it's a very comic centric, and it's great. Like last year I went and I spent, and it paid off this year. This time too. Had really, great moments with John Romita Jr. and Dan Jurgens and Chris Claremont, and he's going to be there this year as well. I didn't get a chance to speak to Al Milgram last year, but I think he's the guest of honor there this year. So
my God, dude. God.
Yeah. And for those who don't, I mean, again, and Nick doesn't know this, so it's really good to kind of cue him in. Like, there's cons, like I said, San Diego and New York, I think, are the two commerce cons, right? Like there are vendors, there are products. Like if you're looking to get, and not in a bad way, like if you're looking to walk away with like cool products or shoes, or I'm making sure I'm uploading everything cool. Those are great ones to go to. If you're like a comics fan, there's two that are, in my opinion, bar none, the best. Everyone knows Heroes Con in, was it South Carolina, North Carolina? Like that's the pinnacle of comic conventions. Like people love that con.
I haven't gone to that one yet.
Yeah, neither have I, but I've heard nothing but amazing things. And then there's Terrific Con. I went last year. It's at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. I expect a royalty check. I think Mitch runs Terrific Con, so if you're out there watching, I expect a check. But Terrific Con is a great, because you can kind of go for a little bit and then go grab some food, go gamble, go do some other things. And it is just, it's a blast. It's a really, really good time. And so we're just going to go for a little bit. Actually, my wife actually really wants to go because she had such a good time last year. So it's not like me dragging her, even though she's 6.5 months pregnant. And so it's
nice. Yeah.
So here's some more photos. So there's the green carpet.
Okay.
Yeah, this is San Diego, right?
I never saw this.
San Diego. So this is San Diego. That's so when you walk in, when you get in, remember when I showed you, so this is the entrance, right? Yeah. Once you pass that barricade, this is back a few feet and to the right is this. So like there's a wall and behind this wall was this, you know, step and repeat and this carpet where they were taking photos.
So
and
it was a green carpet. It wasn't.
Yeah,
it was
it's a green carpet. Yeah. So you can see another angle there that I guess that's a Scott Summers.
Is that Scott Summers or is that?
I thought that was Ron Jeremy, bro.
I thought it was the owl for a second.
Could be. I don't know. That one I didn't recognize. Powers.
Okay.
So here's a better angle of the ballroom. So there it shows you kind of how wild that is, the Hellfire Ballroom.
That's dope.
And then what else we got? There's people hanging out here. Give another angle, and then here's that misting. Oh yeah,
feet on the furniture, bro.
Yeah, just relaxing. Dude, it's been a long day at Comic-Con. And then here's that mist thing that the entrance into the. So you can tell us we were waiting in line. Like it was jam packed, and then you kind of go underneath that like kind of steam waterfall, and you get into, and then basically you're here, and you look in, and you're looking over the main area of the whole thing, which is the ballroom. So
yeah, this is only going to get better every year.
That's it, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm so glad you guys
could not have picked a better venue. That was an amazing venue. Like just absolutely the best. We had gone to, there was a couple of things we went to and had a blast. Like Shortbox had a nice little after party with CGC, so that was fun. It was like it was really cool. It's called, it was a bowling alley inside of bars. I forgot what the name of the place was called. Spring Bowl or something. It was really fun. And then we went to the most surprising of anything. On Friday night, we went to the after party for, we didn't know it was Amazon's thing. It was, someone scanned our QR code. It was the after party for, you guys watch Freevee? It's the show Jury Duty, the reality show where they tricked that one guy.
Yeah.
That guy was there. That guy was there. So we you know, obviously we clearly have strikes and stuff. He's not an actor, so he can be there. I mean, actors can be there too, but he was there. I noticed him and a couple of other the cast members from Jury Duty. And so that one was surprising because I thought Freevee's like a little network. It's whatever. And it ended up being owned by Amazon. Let me see if I can pull a photo up on that. That was almost as big as the Hellfire Gala. And me and Yassine were like, what is going on? Like, what is this? And they had props from the show, and it was really cool. And I don't think I'm breaking any rules just by saying like it was a cool party. I'm not saying anything about the show, but let me see if I can pull something up on that, because that was really, we came in and I was like, this is not what I was expecting from a little reality show called Jury Duty. I
think we lost him.
Oh no. He'll come back. Well, in the meantime, I'll move you up here.
Cool.
There we go.
Nice. It's nice to be in second place again.
I know what I can do. So I'm going to share this. So as we're talking, let me save this. Oh, well, he'll jump back in.
Bro, I didn't even think about Kang the Conqueror, bro.
Kang would be great.
Sorry.
That would be a sick
Kang would be great.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, get out of here.
So we are of a consensus that the Hellfire Gala was the biggest event besides Comic-Con.
By far. I mean by far.
Nice.
And it was about
Win. I feel like that was a win. We won.
Oh, by far. And it was, I will say this.
Those shoes again, yes. We are.
I like when Tony gets aggressive with me. I appreciate that. Let me pull up this one photo for. So here is this is the Jury Duty after party, which really again like had me shook. And then I'm gonna pull the shoes back up, so Tony doesn't get mad at me. So here is that event, and it's bigger than you can see in this photo. It was very surprising. And so then I was like, oh, this is Amazon. I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, crazy thing. Let me move. I think Nick is closer to that. No, actually, maybe I'll put myself down there.
I'm cool being at the bottom.
Okay, so
So
let's pull up some other photos too, because again, all right. So we want to talk Comic-Con real quick, because it really was. I love this. Look at Tony. Comic-Con was something. It was definitely special. It was definitely fun. It was nice to go with the partner in crime. Tony's gonna have to go next year, and it was nice to have you seen there because I don't know if I could have done it myself. Like the amount of space we covered and the people we talked to, it really is good to go with someone who like loves this stuff too. But it was kind of crazy. I mean, it was not kind of crazy. It was very crazy. Like there's your scene. That's the anime Sandland exhibit. And we were saying,
wait, what was that made out of? Was that
it's actual metal. It's a tank.
Oh, that's metal.
And like I said, so if you look in the middle, you see the screen that says Sandland, like right in the middle of the photo, like that's where they were playing video games. So if you look there's a whole wall of where they were playing video games, but there was also a console in the tank. So you could go in the tank and play video games. And it just, the amount of like I said, like the exhibits, and there was one of the big news of the weekend was Spider-Man 2. A lot of people were there was a whole installation there where you could take a photo with Miles and Peter, and like it was like a whole alley with Venom hanging over and stuff like that. So it was great. These are the best.
Bro, imagine the setup for this, bro.
That's our friend Storm again. And then so Legoland was nuts. So Legoland was called, so there was a lot of, this was a surprising thing too. There was a lot of references in Funkoville and Legoland that were to Blockbuster. Don't know why. Don't know why. So let me pull up a screen. It's hard to pull up a screenshot because it's wide, but so Legoland was inside a mock-up Blockbuster store. Hold on, I gotta give you guys I can't just explain that to you. I gotta show you guys. There's no way.
Sonic and Blockbuster.
Well, they had all kinds of builds in there. So let me get a screenshot of this.
Oh, Blockbuster. I'm so slow right now. Like
Blockbuster video, right? So
yeah.
So let me upload this one.
Lego Blocks Buster, Blockbuster. Yeah.
Oh, bro,
I get it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, they also had it in Funkoville too. There was like a throwback. It was like Blockbuster with Funko. Like it was interesting. God, I wish I had more. I should have uploaded more videos, man. I can't stop myself. There's just so much greatness here. Hold on. So
we're living vicariously through you.
I'm getting into it because now I'm like getting to talk about all the stuff, and I haven't really been able to. Man. I'm reliving it a little bit. Let me get these things for you guys.
On the go.
So 88, 89. So, and I got something special to show you too, that I think CJ will appreciate a lot. They had a lot of previews of the Lego sets that are coming out. So here's the setup, if you can see it. So inside there was basically like a Lego store, right? So and it just said Lego Brickbuster, and the entire thing was like a Blockbuster, like a throwback to for those out there that don't know what Blockbuster is. Everyone on the panel does, but Blockbuster was a video rental store before digital was cool, and you could go in there and make it a Blockbuster night.
Buy overpriced candy, bro.
Blockbuster was Goliath, and Netflix was David.
Exactly.
And David just you already know what happened after that.
Yeah, bro.
So two of the sets that were teased at oh, by the way, Tony says hi.
What's up, Tony?
Tony?
So two of the sets that were teased at Legoland Brickbuster were, one is the final battle from Endgame, is going to be a set with Thanos. He's got the double-sided blade. You got Captain Marvel. It's like the whole final battle. The other one was this, the No Way Home final battle with the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, man.
And you can't see it. My picture's not that good, but the shield is falling down on the bottom right. It's cut out. You got if you pan around, which I didn't do with or at least I can't find right now. You got all 3 Spider-Man. You got the villains. You got one of the Spider-Man is going after MJ as she's falling.
Is that to the right?
And he's going, and I think it's either Tom or it's or Andrew,
Yeah,
whichever one.
Andrew. It better be Andrew because that's.
Well, I think Tom goes after her first, right? And then he gets pushed out of the way by the Goblin, and then Andrew has to save her. So
right.
So whatever, but I mean the detail. I didn't. This is a terrible picture, so I apologize. But these sets, I can't tell you. I got to pull up the Endgame one if I have it. I mean, I could just do this all day long, right?
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Statue.
No pun intended. I can do this all day. It is just if you are a fan of commerce and cosplay and things like that, it is a must go at some point in your life because it is the amount of cool stuff that's there at San Diego is unmatched. It really is. It is unmatched. The life-size things I pulled up, I think earlier. Do I still have it? The life-size Thanos that's $15,000 that I saw.
What?
Yeah, that was crazy.
So there's a couple of them. It's just
I have new goals now. Like I'm like, oh, I really need one of those. $15,000. It's like, oh, I gotta step my game up. If it's $15,000, the Maestro from XM Studios is, I think that was like maybe half of that. So,
jeez, bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
it is.
Life size.
Well, how big is like what's life size? Like,
it is life size. It is life size. When I say life size, I mean it is beyond life size. It is
how big Thanos would be if he were real.
Yeah,
like 8 feet tall. Like 8 feet tall,
sick, bro.
Yeah. If I had a huge house and enough money, I would have gotten it. It is a gorgeous thing. Oh, here I got also have the. Hold on, I have so much stuff for you guys to show you guys. It's so good. Hold on, I'm pulling all this stuff up right now. I found the final Endgame battle too, and I'm gonna pull up the Thanos, and then I'll call it a day. It's just so much fun to go through this stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to find this Thanos.
Good.
Here it is. It's very hard to give you a description because you can't tell you can't tell how big it is because it's so hard to get. It's so hard to get the detail of how big this thing is.
Wait, is he standing on a rock?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, it's saying like 25K. Yeah, it's like 25K on eBay, bro. Like,
oh, they already flipping it?
I don't know. There's a life size. I might be looking at the wrong one. Like there's like life size like Spider-Man and Hulk and.
Is it like LM Treasures? Is the company?
That
was the company I think that had it there, and it was like.
No, this might be different. Then this is like life size prop shop.
Okay, so these are coming in, and get ready. These are absolutely insane. I'm in one of them just to give you kind of like a size differentiation so you can see, but it's so hard. I kid you not, it's bigger than Shaq. That's probably the size of the Thanos is like Shaq, to show you how big he would be.
The tease is so severe.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. So here's another one. Oh man, it's just so good. Hold on, I gotta organize these. I got them. Okay, cool. So let me pull these up. This is fun, just going over this stuff.
Yeah, I think it definitely was needed for those of us who had to adult that weekend. I would have probably, if at some point I have to go through videos to try to figure out what I missed, because it's,
that is not
from what I heard, this was like the first San Diego Comic-Con where it was allowed to be about everything besides the movies and the TV shows and stuff like
well,
that.
I had
this is life size, bro.
No. So this is the detailed. So Iron
Oh.
Studios. I just wanted to show that. So this is Iron Studios, and it's a gorgeous piece. It's probably, I mean, that's probably the same as your Galactus behind you, right? Like that's kind.
Yeah, that's
like
comic book. That's comic book Thanos. That's
Okay,
not
yeah.
MCU
So this
Thanos.
I just wanted to pull this up because it is a gorgeous, like, so CJ has the Galactus behind him, which is also just stunning. Iron Studios, which is also slideshow, does the best. I mean, so this is probably like 2 feet. Like it's not life size at all. This is life size Thanos behind me, if you can tell. And better. Like it's so hard to get the detail of how big it is. It is, and there's a Hulk to the other side too.
Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, bro. This is it. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's going for like 25K, bro.
Wow. I guess I should have bought it and flipped it. It was like 15.
They flipped it
there. Wow.
Yeah, they're flipping it right now. It's 25K on
Well, that's just insane.
Oh my god. Well, because like Chris Brown had.
So there's a better image of that. So that is 8 feet tall.
So
that's 8 feet tall.
I'm feeling the comic book Thanos, bro. That comic book Thanos is hard. Bro.
Nah,
I love that. I want that so bad. I think that is so insanely dope. So you got that. Here's the final battle from Lego, which I think is really cool. So it's got the whole Avengers A. It's got the double-edged sword. Captain Marvel's to the top right out of screen. There you see Scarlet Witch. And it's got like
they kind of did Thanos Bogue in here, bro. It's like Purple Hulk. Like I'm not really getting the energy right now. Like, you know
it's not as
it's not that. It's not that. You know what I mean? It's just like a muscle lilac. That's all I'm getting right now.
And then here's the one I was talking about where so you can't see, she's kind of cut out, but that's MJ fault. So I think it is Andrew. CJ, check this out. So if you can see it, yeah. So I think Tom's above, and then there's Andrew, and then there's MJ jumping after her, and then you can see the Statue of Liberty's face.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, just a fun. I mean,
that's
just
dope.
a fun thing.
That brings us back to that moment, which was probably like one of the most significant moments of that movie for me, anyway.
How they tied everything together, like tied.
Yeah, I wasn't a very big fan of the movie. Like, it's not. I didn't make as big of a deal of it as everyone else, even though, as you can see, like, the original Spider-Man is always going to be.
Oh yeah.
It for me, right? But that moment just meant a lot because I think that Andrew Garfield put so much work into that. I don't know what I can talk about right now, what I can't talk about. So, but I think that's dope because of that.
It keeps, man, it gets.
I feel like
that's a good call. That's a good call. It's funny because I was going to talk about the story behind it, like. For those who don't know, and I think I can talk about actors, so we don't have to talk about the movie, but like Andrew Garfield, for those who don't know, is Method, right? And so, because he's he's probably part of the SAG and the strike, so it's fine. Andrew Garfield's Method. So when we can talk about it, like he, in an interview, I think it was with Kimmel or someone, talked about the backstory that he put into that scene, and it makes you even more emotional. And CJ's nodding because he knows. Like,
what did you talk about? I don't understand.
Because of the strike that's going on, we're trying to be in solidarity with the SAG and WGA, and not really. There's a whole thing going on currently. I'm like, I don't know the lines. I don't know the lines, so I'm like, okay, let me just. Yeah, and we've pledged to like.
Myself.
Yeah, we pledged to not saying we Nerd Initiative, like, and it's interesting because I used to work at Disney. We've pledged to not do movies and TV, and I stand by that. And I think what I'm seeing, even after the strike happened, whether it's Iger or other things, like it just solidifies like the need for this and what's happening. And so, we want to support it as much as possible, and not, even though it's fun to talk about stuff, it's tough, but it's for an important cause. And it's basically, it started with the writer's strike. And it involves, better pay. It involves, the AI coming in fast and furious right now. And then the actors have joined in too. And it's not about, and I think I forgot who I saw today. Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, has been really outspoken, and he's going to be at Terrific Con this weekend. So I'm hoping to have a couple words, and he's been really interesting. He talked about Bob, and I think he had said that like when Disney started, the gap between CEOs and the lowest paid workers was like 30x. And he said now it's 800x. And so this is what it's all about. Like the fact that, CEOs make 20 million and some, people that work at Disney make, 15 bucks minimum wage or whatever. And it's just crazy. And it's how much do you need? And this is not about, there was another actor who talked about it. This is not about the George Clooney's of the world. This is about the maybe series non-regulars, the voices. We have a Mickey who's an amazing, talented voiceover actor. We stand with him too. He's been going through, and it just really, again, there's the gap is widening, and it really is not good. And with AI, who knows what else is going to happen. There's one thing I will mention, and then I'll stop, and we're not going to talk about the show itself, but CJ knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I wasn't even going to say specifically. I was just going to say
the intro to Secret Invasion is a joke. And again, and I'm not here.
I haven't watched it, bro. It looked whack, bro. I think it was like a minute it was in. I was like, I'm good.
Well, it's an AI generated. It's an AI generated intro.
To save Mike, I'll just say that, like, the idea that these Marvel movies and DC, comic book movies have created such a vortex of wealth, like legacy building, like the type of money, the mind-boggling money that these movies have made. And then you see the executives, you see their paychecks getting so much bigger off of it, but then the quality of the product even getting worse. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening.
I noticed that.
And that's the problem. Like,
so you guys, I don't know what I can't talk about though.
Anything is basically it's anything promoting current, past, like promoting movies or TV. So we can talk about, so we can talk about Comic-Con. We can talk about like the strike itself, but it's really it's an important. I will say like this, and like I'm not one to overblow things. I think currently with what's happening with AI. This is a very important moment. I'm stuck on the AI part. I think there's other things as well. And like, again, the distribution of wealth and pay is key as well. But AI is going to, mark my words. AI is the fastest adapted technology in history.
It's scary, bro.
It is adapted by 1 million people in 5 days. To give you a counter, Facebook, it took a couple of months to maybe a couple of years to adapt 1 million people. It is in billions of hands. And while the intro that was done for Secret Invasion is garbage, that was done by AI. And first of all, like, why would you not pay your Disney? You have talented artists and animators. Why would you do that? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
But it's going to get better real fast. And that's the scarier part. So while it's garbage, it could be in 6 months to a year, probably less than that. It's going to be Pixar quality stuff. And no one's you won't be able to tell the difference. And that's the scary thing. And it's going to bleed into so many things. Acting, voiceover, animation, writing. I'm a writer by trade. I think my career, not to be hyperbolic, like
AI is going to end up taking the exec spots. They're going to start. That's when they're going to be sick.
That's what they should do. It's like,
when the AI is like can make better business decisions than Bob Iger. That's when he's going to start realizing like what's really going on here. Like,
So
I was listening to my dog's back here tripping. Like it was talking. I was wondering why the CGI was just trash and a lot of these like newer Disney spinoffs and stuff like that. And
they're trying to cut costs. They're trying to use automation and technology when they can, and they don't want to pay. And that's really just crazy because you have execs that are making dozens of millions of dollars, and then you have people that are doing work and grinding it out, and that's why the strike is so important. It started with the writers, and it's moved to the actors, and I think it's going to have to move to other artists as well. Like, I mean, I didn't know when that whole craze of like AI photos hit Instagram and like it was, everyone was like AIing themselves.
Right.
Apparently it was stealing art styles from other artists, and like artists were coming out and being like, that's like my art that it's stolen and blended your face to it. And like, it's just, it's scary and crazy.
I have that as a default and didn't even realize that until you saying it.
None of us did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really scary what can happen. And people are going to be like, oh, you're crazy. It's not that. It really is. And I think AI could be something that absolutely dominates the world in very short time. You have 3D printers, like it can go into everything, like for, t-shirt and shoe manufacturers, and it just craftsmanship is, I mean, not that it's not already there. I mean, I'm not naive to be like,
I think craftsmanship will be reborn. Yeah. I think the people will start to value handmade.
I hope. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you would hope, but I don't have that much faith in,
that's a good point.
I don't have that much faith in mass population right now. I'm sorry.
That's
I
true.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be the Debbie Downer, but I mean, you just have, this is a follower culture right now.
No,
like,
very, very valid point.
As soon as somebody says something, everybody's jumping on it, and we don't have many free thinkers in positions of influence at the moment. I'm sorry, we don't.
No, that's a valid point.
No, I completely agree. And I think it's we're not in a capitalistic society. And people are gonna be like, "Why?" I tuned in for some sneakers. I get it. Like, I think
it's a good conversation, though, bro.
We're in a monopoly system right now, and I think the companies and again, look, like there's rumors that Apple could be buying Disney.
Yep.
What is going to happen? Like, when is it? I mean, again, and my wife said this, like, you could go to the park and they're going to be like, oh, you have an Android, you can't come, you can't use the app on Android. It's got to be app, who knows? Like, who knows what's going to happen? And I think that's the thing. Like, we've talked, and CJ has been on in the past, we've talked about CGC, CGC, if you're, looking to grade comics and whatnot. And I'm a CGC fan. I've had some issues with them in the past, but like, if you're looking to get a comic graded and slabbed, CGC is pretty much one of the only games in town. CGC and CBCS, and there's a couple other small ones, but the market share has got to be at least 75 to 80% CGC. Now I learned something big time from you, CJ, last time you were on. I didn't know Jay-Z's investment company owns CGC, which makes a ton of sense because they've really gone hard into signings and signature. Like, it's gone through the roof the last couple of years. But also, it's not Jay-Z. But also, anytime a company
Blackstone,
Blackstone bought him. And anytime a company buys, but it's like his company. Yeah, but I mean, it's not like specifically Jay-Z that I'm calling out here. Anytime a company buys another company and they're not independent anymore, the first thing they do is they want to cut corners and up profits. And if you go online now, and I'm a CGC fan, I've had some issues, ask about the Frank Miller drawing that I got that was insane and terrible, and it's fine and whatever. There's a video out there, a viral video on TikTok. If you want to look it up. It's mine.
Okay.
Like, there's been some bad stuff. I still think overall I like the product. I like what they do. It could change in the future, but I've seen horror stories of like cracked slat. Like, the quality control has definitely gone down because they have probably, and again, this is not any one person's fault. It's a company buying another company. They are streamlining business and they're cutting out people and they're automating things and they've just raised prices recently. And so it's a scary thing when monopolies are really just getting, there's certain avenues healthcare's want. So I'm going to stop.
Go deep with that. You go deep.
So we can definitely go deeper, but I mean, post-COVID, this is what it's come to, and it's not going. It's only going to ramp up more because globalization is a real thing, and you have to think in a global economy at this point. There's no more of this. I still think Apple is better off buying Sony, just to say that, but if they buy ESPN, I don't think Disney's going to sell. I think they might just buy ESPN or something like that. But
it's really interesting.
But the thing is when we talk about these cultures that made these cultures, our hip hop culture suffered the same thing. The comic book culture is suffering it now. When our and I'm a member of both, like intrinsic. So it's not like, it's like I see the same thing happening over and over again. These our fandoms blow these cultures up, and then the industry takes over. They start playing their corporate games, and they suck the life out of what actually meant something to the culture.
And sneaker culture I mean, we can call it that.
Sneaker culture is another one. Sneaker culture is like, as much as I don't like some of the stuff that the way Kanye carried himself, what they did to that creator, I'm just thinking about him as the creator of something. They totally destroyed something that was so beautiful, like works of art that he came up with. So, you know, I don't know what to say. It's a sad state of affairs when it comes to cultures being I don't need a lack of a good word, you know, just
monetized.
I mean, monetization is fine, but what they're doing is beyond that.
It's like stripping a mountain of its minerals or of its resources. And just
what's it called? Corporate what is it? Corporate raiders, like raiding. The corporate raiders. That's what they're doing to our cultures, and I don't know how the cultures survive it. I really don't. At this point.
I mean, the one thing I will say, panning back to what we were talking about.
Oh, that's how they survive.
Support small business.
Support small businesses with dope QR codes and products.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think, look, I think, again, that's why this is more important than ever. And hopefully there is going to be a full circle moment where, because it's going to be hard to differentiate down the road. It will be hard to differentiate like what is mass produced and what is like, and I think people are going to have to open their eyes and see what's, you know, and really, and I think people and personalities is going to be even more important in the future, because people are going to connect with, say, like Nick and his product, or In the Name of Comics and CJ, and, you know, maybe me and Tony and Nerd Initiative and other things like that is going to be key in the future, because it's going to be harder and harder to cut through the white noise, in my opinion. And I think there's going to be, you know, you see it now. Like, it's funny. I scroll through Instagram and there are so many, at least dope looking shoes that I see. And I'm like, I want to pull the trigger here. Like, I've had enough rough experiences where they come back and I'm like, that was bad. So I kind of wait and you look into it. But then there's all, you know, for everything that happens, there's a Roosevelt's that has an amazing product, or Chronic Images. And for those who know me, like the t-shirts that I support Chronic Images.
Shirts are dope, bro.
To no end, and the quality and the engagement you get. And I think he's only got like
taking notes.
Oh yeah, I'll pull him up. Like, I think I can share a screen. Like, Chronic Images has about 18,000 followers, and they sell out and they do these drops, and they do the work that they do is second to none. And the quality, I've had shirts for over a year that I wear 2, 3, 4 times a week. So I think that's going to be the thing, is like, for the community out there, my only advice would be pay attention to the creators behind these things, or how they carry themselves, because that's going to be really important in the future. You go to a company, it is hard. And I'm not saying this because of us, right? Like, we're doing, and, you know, obviously I want that to be a part of it, but it really is going to be, you want someone that you can like reach out to and comment, whether it's on social media or whatever, and they're actually going to get back to you, and they're going to be like, hey, like, it's funny. Like, so this is a shirt that came out right around SDCC time. And I mean, like, the quality of the stuff that Chronic Images does is insane. So let me pull up a couple shots real quick. And they're just Chronic Images on Instagram. And so the Across the Spider-Verse t-shirt was, I've maxed out on my images, so I got to delete a few. That was delayed. And not that bad. I mean, I think it's a 3 to 6 week turnaround time for some of these custom made shirts. And I remember him going on and apologizing to people for it being delayed a week. And I think he said there was some kind of problem with the product or whatever. But just getting that and him being like, "Hey guys, I want to let you know, sorry, it's been another week. They'll be out the door by Monday. We had to, like factory issues, right?" And I think that is stuff that you want to. I mean, I'm gonna die on that hill. And there's one of the shirts that I pulled up. Like that's a Chronic Images shirt. And the back of it, that's the front. On the back of it, it's 2099 strangling Miles, like going after him.
Wow.
They're all over. They show different things. Here's a Hobgoblin Peter.
That was sick. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the quality they do, and these are all, I mean, according to his site, these are all hand drawn. So the guy's incredibly talented.
You can see it. Yeah.
But he also cares about the shirts are heavy. They're good quality. It's just a good product. They're not too expensive. And I these are my favorite t-shirts of all time. I swear by them. I will send anybody and everybody to them. I believe in the product. I believe in the person behind him. He might get big enough to where down the road that the quality drops, and that's any business. But I think that's what you want to do, is you want to know who's selling you stuff if you can. Because the bigger the company, the harder it is.
And is it feeding back into the culture, or are they raiding the culture? Like we don't want to support. Like I'm really going through a crossroads on how much I love Marvel, how much I love the MCU, but when I see what I see what's happening, how do I, in clear conscience, continue to support it?
Tough.
Unless I know that they're changing the course of what they're doing to actually show respect to us artists, creators, and true fans and things of that nature. Like,
And that's part of the reason why I want to navigate from Air Force Ones, right? I mean, I've been talking about this for 2 years. As far as you were talking about, as far as the journey of the artist, and as far as the Baker Lowe's, is that like for me the pivotal moment came when I ordered a pair of triple black Fear of Gods, and I put them on my feet and they were comfortable, but it was lockdown. And and I had nowhere to go. And it was like, man, I just dropped $300 on some shoes to flex on people. They're like, on a Zoom call, so like, it's not even, it hit me. It's just like, bro, this is so vain. I'm ordering shoes that everybody has. And that's what started me on the journey of customizing. And then like, as I kept working on Air Force Ones, and like, bro, I just got tired of it, bro. Because it's just like this company isn't, I'm not getting any check from Nike. To make their shoes to reimagine their shoe. And so that's part of that journey of like, even just like dropping the pre-order, and like we shared that vision with you, which I think is beautiful, bro. I know you want those Venoms, bro, but like I'm sitting on the other side of Mike. I'm just like, no.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got my initial, because these guys, Mike and Tony didn't tell me about that stuff yet. I saw something, but I wasn't sure what was going on, and I'm moving so fast. So this is my first real introduction to you, to your product, to everything. So you got like a real a comic book, a collector. Like I've been collecting since 1983, right? So you're getting that. Like I just turned 50 on the 15th, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not, you'll see a different reaction from my son who's 14 than you'll see from me. But the fact that you're thinking outside the box, I think, is more important than than anything. Because the thing, and the other thing is that, Ice Cube said it, like, if you're gonna do a business, you got to start, you have to have the mind frame that you're going to continue to pursue success for at least 5 years without expecting of making a cent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like that even for, proven brands and proven artists and stuff like that. So the idea that the idea is great. The fact that you are the talent is even greater because it's self-contained. But the real key for you is to just don't expect to stop. Just make sure that you're make sure that you keep going, bro. And now that you have, cool people like me in the picture, I'll make sure that you stay fresh. I'll make sure that you stay Harlem fresh, boy. You know, as long as I can get a pair, I just give me a pair. Like,
if we can make it in Harlem,
we're gonna have to make it happen. That's gonna have to happen.
I need to be able to go to the con and stun on them like, oh, you don't have the other foot? That's, you know what I mean? That's how you stun on them. Like, oh, you don't have the other foot. You just have the left foot. Okay.
Well, then there's going to be con exclusives. So kind of like what Roosevelt's does, and like other, you know, comics do it too. Like con exclusives. Like, so someone might not be able to get, you know, the Doc Ox unless they go to New York Comic Con and they get the 100 pairs that are the 100 either shoe or pairs that are there. And, you know, be like, wait, where'd you? They're not on the website. Like, yeah, they weren't on the website. You couldn't get them on. And that's a cool thing too.
Like, my gem for you though, and this is, if you want to jumpstart this to the next level, I think that you honestly should recreate your version of that room of comic book sneakers. Not so much for you to sell them, but to have that image so that when collectors, so that when collectors come and they see what you're doing, they be like, oh, how do I get those? Or how do I get those? Or how do I get those?
Genius.
It's like, see what I'm saying?
Almost.
So what you're doing then, exactly, and you're creating the exclusivity that you need, so that what you're doing there is you're already creating the value for your brand. This is what I do naturally. So you just understand, like, it's great to meet you and I'm very proud of what you're doing. Like, just create the value by having that image, and then you're also putting it in the consumer's mind of what they would want to actually be. Like, you got one sneaker here, this is for sale, but how do I get to that level? Well, then this is what you have to do to get to that level.
That's genius.
Wait, so are you saying that, like, to have the actual pair of the Venoms on display and the pair?
No,
the whole room. No, the whole layout.
You don't have to have. You don't even have to have. The pairs are still the most exclusive thing that you can give, right? So anybody that earns pairs, they're on a whole nother level. What I'm saying is, create the vision of what the consumer would want to end up having. If you have one, just a wall full of a wall full of the left sneakers. Of different comic book characters or Star Wars characters or whatever, and actually have it real life, and you could take the picture, or maybe even, you know, create the dream, and then sell it piece by piece.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Almost kind of like, if you look here, I don't know if I can pull it all the way, but like the Funko wall, but like a wall of sneakers. Like, this is what you want to end up with. Like, this is the end goal. Like, you know, and then that could be almost like an installation at either at a convention or just having it here, you know, or wherever. Just the vision of the aspiration of where you want to be. You know, it's funny, because as you're saying that, I'm thinking about my room, which is like the ultimate like man cave. And it's like, it's taken me a long time to get where I'm at. And now I'm tweaking little things. I have no space in my wall left. Like, it's been a long, amazing ride.
I'm just getting here. I'm just getting to, and it's already like, oh God, what am I going to do next?
But you want, but you want to see that vision. It's almost like a mood board, or like, you want to see that aspirational vision. I love it. I think that's amazing. Like,
so in hip hop, right? They have these posters, right? And they have the posters, you know, hand-drawn posters of all of the greatest artists at all. I don't know if you've ever seen those, like, where they have, like, you know, basically like a Mount Rushmore of the greatest hip hop artists, right? When those first started coming out, those were special, you know what I mean? Because that was the aspiration. That was the thing that was the dream that the blood, sweat, and tears were all for. So the idea of what you're doing giving people the vision to aspire to it, I think is the key to beating the corporate raiders before they try to do it.
Yeah.
And also, someone scanned the QR code.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. You know, I think that's the begin. I think that's how you ignite the excitement for what you're starting, because you're already showing, look, I'm like 3, 4, 5 years ahead of whatever I'm selling you guys right now.
Right.
I'm not playing with you guys. We're here. And this is where you're going to want to be. And so for sneakerheads, that's already like sneakerheads that, wow, okay. So sneakerheads that are good with not wearing, they're automatically going to be on board. As long as the product is dope. And if they're like me, comic book sneakerheads and hip hop heads.
Yeah.
Dog, if you kill my Kang thing, yeah, that's Kang and Namor.
Oh, that's coming. That's coming. Yeah,
you know
yeah. That's absolutely like, coming.
I'm doing commercials. I'm doing everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going in. So just imagine, you know, it takes a nation to build that, and there is a nation of us that are all about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've been telling Nick for the longest time that I think that the overlap is happening.
Good,
and it might have been Miles. That's a big jumping off point. And so I think the overlap is happening. Like you know, when COVID hit, I got into sneakers and then got back into comics. And I really do think they're kind of hand in hand. Like there are the outlying communities, you know, again, like you have the sneaker cons, which is more high end, you know, you got your off-whites, you got your unions, you got your really, you know, but then it just, I think like for the, you know, the crossover and what we've seen. And like I said, I don't know if you were on when we were talking about with San Diego, everyone's wearing something showing off their style. Like every day it was either, you know, like for me, I don't dress up in cosplay, but is the Roosevelt shirt or a Chronic Images shirt, or even the dude, you said, you know, Nick was like, oh, you went out in plain clothes to the gala. We did, but I wore like a Roosevelt's flannel. So like under the collar, it had like a Thor, you know, it was a little something. And so I think everyone, when you're going to stuff, you want to show off your fandom, even if you're a little reserved and you're like, hey, I'm not going to go and wear a full costume and do this and do that.
Right.
That's great. Right. But I think, and the one thing that hasn't been tapped into, in my opinion, has been shoes. And I've been looking at it more and more and looking at people, and there's some, and you have Nike dabbling in it, but you really don't have like these, no one's expressing their fandom. And if you do, and I kid you not, if you do, people take notice, and it's going to be the first, you know, whether it's at NYCC or the first time we wear them, or, you know, people are going to, and I will put money on this, they are going to stop us and be like, what the hell is that? Like, where did you get that? And what is, like, wait, what is going on? And
they don't have to all be the same brand either.
Yeah.
Right. Like, that's the thing. Like those whatever they call them, the ones that the Kanyes that aren't the Kanyes, that they have the surplus, I'll give you the idea off of here. You know what I'm saying? But because I already know I just dropped like a multi-million-dollar idea. Like, my bad. Like, they come like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like you can do different things with different brands as an artist that open you up, that make the brand seem like, oh, we need him because he has the vision of how to make or they have the vision of how to make our brand relevant in this space. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, you can easily get off of that Air Force One and go to another one and say, okay, well, what character or what fandom would this match? And how could I do something with this one? And once you get a wall of them, bro,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
I think a brand that did that really well, and you kind of see them tapering away from it, is Reebok. Like they had the heart, right? but the vision wasn't executed well. Like I don't know if you ever seen the Power Rangers drop the Reebok did.
I
like
don't
in the
remember
last
the
2 years.
region.
Exactly,
No.
bro. It was trash, bro. Like they picked the wrong silhouettes. Similar to like the X-Men Pumas drop. Like they kind of just like made it about the colors.
Well,
they didn't include anything.
Kith just dropped. I mean, that was a big thing at San Diego too. So Kith did their X-Men drop. So Kith had
that stuff looks good though. Some of that stuff looked good.
The jackets and the shirts I think are great. The sneakers, I think they're Asics, right?
I didn't get to see the sneakers.
Yeah, they are.
Yes, I did. I saw some Wolverines.
I'm not knocking. I don't ever want to knock another, even though Kith is a pretty big brand. But let me pull this up, and then we eventually have to sign off after 2 hours. Okay. But
I think my favorite. Oh, go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I was just saying,
am I gonna bash the like Kith can take it, but I'm just saying, are they trash? Like
they look sick. If anything,
I love Kith. I have a ton of the Spider-Man shirts when they came out. I think they're cool with what they do. The sneakers, though, again, they're not doing anything.
It's nothing out of the ordinary.
Special. It's color. It's color.
Yeah, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do.
Sorry about that.
And not only that, I think that like where you do see brands doing something different, it's like it's the. I mean, from my understanding, the exclusivity of the Kith drop is that like you don't know what shoe you're going to get, and I believe that Wolverine is the most limited colorway. And I mean, I might be mistaken because I saw.
I think you get a PSA card too, so there's stuff you get with it. So that's all part of like the hype. Is like you get a graded card of some sort too. I saw someone do an unboxing, and so it's a whole package thing. And I had it.
I'm missing all this stuff.
I had it when the Spider-Man shoes came out. And it's back there somewhere. They gave you a Spider-Man comic, and it was selling for like $200 online. The second that stuff dropped. Like it's all part of a package deal. It's not really about the product. So like here's a look at the shoes. It's just different colors.
Yeah, that's basic. That Wolverine colorway hard though, but it's just basic.
And it's cool. Wait,
I don't see anything.
Yeah, so they're just like, you have the black and the white. That's the Wolverine.
Oh, this is kind of like
it's just different colorways. It's not. There's no like claws. There's no like there's nothing really there.
Yeah.
Now. So the shoes I think are kind of lame. They're kind of cool, kind of lame, whatever. Now this,
I rock those Wolverines, Brian.
Now this jacket is dope. Like
that jacket is fire.
Like let me again, and that's what I'm saying. Like they have great shirts, they have great jackets.
That's couture right there.
Yeah,
like
that's
yeah. I mean that's awesome. Like I have Bait's another one of those companies. I have a patch Marvel jacket from Bait that has the classic 80s or 90s Thanos in the back, and it's got like everywhere. That's Bait, I think, does great products too, like shirts and stuff. But when it comes to sneakers, I'm just not seeing a lot of great stuff out there for Fandom.
No, and this is like one of the things that like I tackled when I stepped into the custom sneaker space, because for a while I wasn't, at least this is me projecting, because like I didn't feel like I was received as an artist, because everyone when I came in, everyone was painting, and so and they would paint the characters on the shoe, and I was just like, bro, I'm not about to paint like a tiny character on this shoe, bro. And so I was like, my whole concept was like, let's turn the shoe into the character, and like, and I'm not gonna say that like I started that, because like I don't know, I wasn't always around, but like I think that concept is starting to become more widely accepted, of like Mike said, like where are the claws for the Wolverine shoe?
Yeah,
they could have used PVC rubber on there, bro. They could have had one of the panelings, like they could have shaped the path of the back panels or whatever to have the.
Do you remember the Fantastic Four Air Force Ones?
No.
And they had so back in the days they did the Fantastic Four Air Force Ones, and it was a colorway thing. The blue, I love the blue, the color that they came up with, but it was corny. Like the Invisible Girl was really like clear plastic Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was, I have the Silver Surfers, you know what I'm saying? But that was Nike going hard
Cyclops one
in a conceptualized comic book way, and it still didn't really you know, it was big at the time because we had never gotten those. But yeah, they really don't know. They don't know what to do with sneakers. They
don't know what people want, bro. And you see,
right?
bro, like it's very.
So that's why it's even more important. That's why it's even more important to like give them the dream and be like, you want this. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody's like, yo, even the companies is gonna be like, how do we get this?
Right.
You know how we get this. You know how you get this. You know what I mean? That's how you do it.
Here's a good photo, and then we should call it a day after almost 2 hours. But here's a really good photo of like, again, for the gift thing, it's about the total package, right? And this is the package that people got to unbox. There's like a graded card in there. There's a comic book in there. You know, that's
and it comes the shoes come in a bag too. You have it's like
it comes in an X-Men bag. So it's a really cool presentation. I saw someone do an unboxing. It's really, really cool. But if you're just looking to buy shoes to rep, right? And I think I looked on StockX, they're going for, you know, any of the shoes, the lowest ones are going like 300 plus. There was one that was like a special one it's like 800 already. Goat has one. I think it's the Wolverine, like you said, is the rarest. It's going for 2,000. I don't know what's so rare about that one.
The Wolverine joints that go hard, bro.
Yeah,
like, their colorway is beautiful. I'm not gonna hold you up. Like I would rock them just to rock them, but as far as like them being a Wolverine shoe, they dropped the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a really cool if like my wife got me that for like a gift and was like, hey, check this out, and I opened it up. Like I've gotten in the past like the Turdunkins and like the I got the special box of last year. We got it on Concepts, and you open it up and there's like turkey socks and like a base. It's all these. It's a crazy. It was the craziest shoe ever. And so the experience is there, and it's cool. I just think as far as just shoes, and if you're looking to rep, like you could wear those Wolverines. No one's gonna know those Wolverines. No one has any idea unless you have like you walk around with the card and like the shirt and the jacket. You know, it's just not. And so I think that people aren't being bold enough with trying new things out in that area as of yet. And so,
and that's what's interesting to me, bro. Just like you, I mean, you clearly have a payroll of creators and artists, but so do you think it's the creators, or do you think it's the boundaries that's set around the creators that like
it's the boundaries set around the creators, and it's the purse holders, it's the budget, it's the budget writers that don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing, and they're just trying to get a bottom line, and they're trying they're pimping the culture. The people in charge are the ones that are pimping the culture and not letting the creators. The same thing that's happening with the strikes. Like the artists are not being given the respect and the space to advance the culture, the fashion, the way that they should be. So you have to do it on a small level and then catch on and then let them come try to chase you down and buy you out, which is the system that they've created, and it has to change.
And here's my question. So about the Spider-Verse ones, and I think they're great looking shoes and they're cool. They represent the movie really well and everything. I would have had it, and I love the fact that Shameik Moore is putting quotes on the sole, right? Like I'm gonna do my own thing, or you can wear the mask, and things like that. I think that's great.
Right.
If Nike, and again, like you don't want to, I think I understand when you're that big, you don't want to limit the market, right? So you're not going to put out a shoe with a spider on the toe box, because if you're not a Spider-Man fan, people aren't going to buy it, right? Like if you do it like this, if you just like a Chicago colorway, you could be like, oh, that's kind of funky, I'll get that, right? My question is for the real fans, and something that we could do in the future, and I think I would have loved to have seen Nike do this with this shoe, is put different quotes, like depending on which one you get different quotes from the movie, like almost like a, you know, like a roll of dice. And, you know, again, like you said, like you don't know which one you're going to get. Maybe you didn't know. And then maybe one out of every 10 you get, like, I think you guys have all seen the Prowler Friends and Family one that was very limited.
No, I didn't see it. I'm going to check it out, though.
I didn't see it.
They're kind of boring in my opinion, but let me see. Hey, Prowler Jordan 1s, I can pull them up right now. I think they're a little boring. They're super expensive because the $6,000 on StockX. They were only friends and family. But they're not, if you don't know you don't know, and it's gonna be hard to do this.
You're talking about these black and purple ones?
Yes, with the utility and stuff like that, they're kind of weak, right? Let me pull it up.
It's a cool shoe, but no, it's definitely I wouldn't have. I've seen them before, and I didn't know that they were.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
wow. Yeah. So I
them.
mean, hold on, let me pull it up real quick, and it's gonna be hard to pull in all the way, but yeah, you can see it a little bit there.
The sole is dope, though. It's a dope sole.
I think it's cool. It's got the little utility. It's got the purple and the black, but $6 grand. Get out of here.
No, thank you. $6 grand.
That's $6 grand. That's a friends and family only, you know, so it's very, very limited. I mean, there's probably like 1,000 pairs out there max. Like it's really
don't even care. Like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, again, you're just not really getting a chance to show off. Like you're not showing off your fandom and your hobby. So
right.
All right. Well, we can talk about this.
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that should have came out for the next one anyway. Like that was kind of silly for them to try to do the Prowler right now. Like that's not. But okay, yeah, I get you.
So we got to do this again because this was a blast, and we went way over what I planned to do, which is fine.
It was smooth. It was a smooth conversation, bro.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, dude, this is a meeting of the worlds, and so this will happen again very soon. This is great, and CJ, CJ will tell you down the road we've got tons of ideas and tons of things to do, and then Nick and I are doing a ton of stuff that we're planning on. So this is great stuff. So
you guys are doing some big stuff, man. Best of luck to you, man. Definitely. Yeah.
Well, you'll be involved, dude. It's not best of luck. That's left to all of us. We're all going to be involved together doing stuff.
I love to hear it. But I get so excited. I don't want to over invite myself into things.
Nah.
If I don't,
that's the whole point of this community is to be like, it's all about having fun and us being all involved. So, but yeah, for everyone out there, I think people are starting to drop off because they're probably getting tired and going to sleep. But hey, thank you guys for watching us. Let's put up the QR code one last time. I shall put up the full up one, and then
and tomorrow's the last day to order.
Yeah, so tomorrow's the last day to pre-order. We will have we will be live more and more to let you know about these things as we go forward and as we expand and the extra pairs. But hop on the site, check them out. Let us know what you think. Again, drop us comments. Let us know. Like again, I love that CJ was like, I want both Venom shoes. Nick is big on, and we've been big on since day one, keeping people in through the process and keeping people in on like what's happening, what's going on. And I think that's what you can do when you're small, which is great, is you can listen to people, adjust, do things. So I mean, we're all about it, and it's all about the community first and foremost. So I love it. So, all right, we're going to head out, but we will see you guys very, very soon. And thank you everyone for joining us, and speak to you soon.
Talk to you guys soon. Peace, guys.